When you come out of school, what would you like to see?
If I could do whatever I wanted with the school, I would have a playground in the playground, parties in the classrooms, no teachers. I'd like to have TV and radios in the room. I wish in school we could just look about with our friends and not do anything. I'd like to have more clocks so we could always know when it was break. Sometimes on a sunny day, I think I'd like to knock the walls of the classroom down. If I had my dream come true, I would have a swimming pool on the playground. I'd like to have all the teachers suddenly become our slaves. And if they were horrible to us, we could cane them.
We all dream about how school could be, but at our school, we don't just dream about it. We're always looking for ways of improving our environment. It all began when we had a Victorian Day.
Have you been biting your nails, Alice? It's not a habit I like to see in young ladies in my classroom.
We came to school in Victorian costumes. Mrs. Jackson, our teacher, she dressed up as a Victorian teacher and she had a cane, and we had to pay a penny as we entered, and she checked our hands and fingernails to see if they were dirty or not.
Marks there that shouldn't be. 6 5s. 30. 7 5s. 35.
On the Victorian Day, it was the first time that we'd actually moved the tables around to get them into a position like it would be in a Victorian classroom.
How many 5s are there in 55? Come on, girl, that won't do. I can't keep this up. Can any of you? It's very hard, isn't it?
When we had the Victorian Day and our tables were arranged in straight rows, it made us think that we could move the tables around in other positions.
What way do you think we could improve the classroom? Yes, Chris?
Changing the tables around, we could have them in a square.
We could.
We could put them in groups of 4 or 6.
Well done.
We tried a big square with a little gap at one side and the teacher's desk in the middle, but our feet got in the way of our bags and a lot of people still had their backs to the blackboard. So we moved the tables into like a star shape. This is quite good, but at the sides it was quite hard to move around. So the arrangement we have today is 3 sets of 5 tables with 10 to a table.
Are there any other ways that you think you might actually change the room itself? Rebecca?
You could have a movable blackboard.
Why would you have that, do you think?
Because more people could then see it.
Susan?
Paint the classroom.
Could paint the classroom. We could have a vote, couldn't we?
Mine's called Summer Meadow and it's kind of green. I like it.
Jeanette?
Maybe we could have a pet. Budgerigar or hamster.
Class pet, yes, that's a really good idea. I think we could all
After thinking of what we could do to improve the classroom, we moved on to think of what we could do to help make the school a better place.
Do you think we need more plants and flowers? No. How about hanging baskets? Yeah. Would you like to see more benches?
Yeah, in the shady places in the trees so you don't get hot in the summer.
But you need them quite high up because then people can't jump and push them.
Like that. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Do you think we can make it easier for people to find their way around the school?
Yeah, like signs.
A lot of people said that inside the school they would like signs to show people and visitors which areas they are in.
What other things would you like around the school?
Like a drinking fountains in the loos and outside.
The survey turned up some more difficult problems as well.
Is there anything we could do to help you clean the school?
Yes, by you children picking all your litter up instead of throwing it on the floors.
Are there any particular areas of the school that you find hard to keep clean?
The boys' toilets in particular, which are a bit smelly. Water meter up there, and each time the door opens, just a drop of water goes into the tank. It won't flush until that tank is filled up with water, and that's why it smells.
Do you use any disinfectant?
We're only allowed to use stuff for cleaning, not for making it smell nice.
Would you not use it?
It would smell nice, wouldn't it? Or we'd eat.
Should we save water or get rid of the smell? We'll have to decide.
Close your eyes and think about our lovely big green earth. Trees destroyed by mankind and only for their worth. If we were together.
Every class in the school does something towards the environment. We formed our group Endangered because all 5 of us in the group, we all felt the same way about the environment.
Your sequence on and do me the C, F and G, right?
We had the idea of a
And
song
then your B flat as
because lots of people listen to songs and they get ever so bored if you just talk. When all the stars get together and sing something, everybody likes it, so that's what we thought we could do.
picking up litter and planting trees, right?
We're interested
Then
in
the
the
key
music
change.
and the message,
And then we'll go
mainly
straight
the
into
message,
water,
because
and I'll go back
if
and
we
try
can
with the-
get our message across, then we could change the world and it'd be a better place for everybody.
Do I need my recorder?
Picking up litter and planting trees is the way if you want to be good. Recycle your cans and try to be green. Help us, you really should. You really should. If we work together, we can change our world today. And it would be most beautiful.
I think hopefully that the trees are going to grow and make homes for a lot of different creatures. In the other parts of our school, we've done a woodland project. Also, we've built a pond there.
People enjoy sitting down and not running around all the time, especially if it's a hot day. Ideally, the world for me would have to be really, really green. Lots of greenery and flowers and trees everywhere.
Happy place.
Well, in my day here, it hadn't used to be like this, of course. We could walk down quite easily.
We came up with an idea that we could see if we can find anyone who went to this school. When it was a grammar school, if they could find the swimming pool that used to be here.
No, we haven't got the swimming pool yet.
We did find an
You'll have
old
to go
student called Roy
The
Wright.
tunnel. Just about on this knoll here, we had a pavilion that we used for changing in. It stood up above the pool. Good Lord. Can you imagine? It used to be a swimming pool here.
It used to be brick-lined.
Brick-lined swimming pool, proper brick base. We used it for swimming galas and inter-house sports, and we had our swimming lessons here. You imagine what it'd be like on a day like this, coming down here having a swimming lesson. Has anybody else got any ideas about what we could do with it now?
We think we could make a nature trail.
You could have bird boxes and places you can watch the birds. Could we do signs showing what sort of creatures live in which part?
Having a nature walk would be keeping your countryside as it is, and I'd just like it quiet so you can go and walk and eat picnic there.
We didn't want to look just at the school for improvements. We surveyed our village as well. Most villagers had suggestions. They knew the environment well.
How long have you lived in the village?
All my life. I was born at Smithy in Kiddymore Green. The blacksmith used to hammer the shoes there, you know, shoe the horses, and I used to stand and watch him. And there weren't many cars about then. They used to have horses here. Everything was done by horses. Yeah, my father had horses. And when we were children, we used to go out in the pony and trap, go everywhere by horse those days. It's a shame these are closed. This used to be a paper shop, so they want doing up, don't they? Making look nice. See, what a mess that's in. Needs decorating, doesn't it?
The
roads and lanes around this village and in the village centre were made for the use of horse and carts. It wasn't actually made for the amount and volume of traffic we get these days.
Is the traffic very dangerous in the village centre?
It is just at this moment because you've got large vehicles trying to come through. You've also got the school coaches.
The biggest problem we discovered in Brood is the traffic problem.
When it has to pass a car going in the opposite direction.
I think we should do something about it, just in case somebody gets run over. The solution to it is the one-way system.
Is Mrs. Lorna Jones there, please?
Mrs. Jones speaking.
Hello, I'm Alwyn Brown from Broodweek National Middle School.
Hello there.
Mr. Parry, our headmaster, said we should phone you to see who we could get in touch with about the one-way system.
You mean the one-way system in Brood?
Yeah.
Well, the parish council did discuss this at length.
We went to see the head of the parish council, Dr. Richard Taylor.
Do you agree that the traffic in Brood and when we come out of school is dangerous?
I certainly do. But it's bad all the time, in fact, in Brood, because the problems really are that the village wasn't made to take the 20th century traffic.
Would a one-way system help the traffic in Brood?
As you know, this is a conservation area and a very special village because it's one of only very few outstanding conservation areas in Staffordshire. And so therefore we are very careful to try and preserve it as a village rather than big signs and go slow and all that sort of thing around.
Well, that's fine, but do you think that that's more important than our lives?
I don't think the conservation is more important than lives. But the reason we all live here and we all like to live both in Brood and in Staffordshire and that sort of thing is because it's a lovely place to live. It's got to be balanced between the two, between having a nice place to live and being actually practical and saying what can we do about saving lives. The other problem with getting people to do something is that, touch wood, nobody actually has been either hurt or injured or killed yet.
Will it need somebody to be killed to get something done?
The police are active. They try and slow people down. They try and get people not to park where they shouldn't park. It's a very good question, and a question which I hope nobody ever will be killed. One of the things might be, why don't you put a notice from the children at the school saying, we are concerned about the safety. If a child says, look, you're putting me at risk, that might work very much better.
There were improvements to be made everywhere we looked. Next, the world. Our group Endangered was invited to sing A Sunny Happy Place at the Royal Show.
Close your eyes and think about our lovely big green earth. Trees destroyed by mankind and only for their worth. Only for their worth. If we work together, we
Everybody that came past our stall at the Royal Show must have understood at least one verse in our little song. And sort of, we're thinking, if everybody in the world heard one verse, then it'd be an awful lot better place.
All this Royal Show has got to do with the environment. And one of the main stands was an alternative energy stand. And it showed you lots of different ways how to use wind and solar-powered things. Our school newspaper was at the Royal Show to cover the environmental issues. We were featured on the front cover, another chance to get our views across.
If we change our world, then it'll be a better place for everybody. Our children's children, their children, and then it'll just go forever.
Rainforest is a wonderland, animals and plants everywhere, chopping down lives tree by tree, leaving mammals in despair. Mammals in despair. If we work together, we can change our world today, and it would be most beautiful, a sunny, happy place, a sunny, happy place. So give us just a helping hand, every little bit counts. If everyone did this day by day, we could easily transform